Please subscribe.
With the new 7th age BMW 3 Series now in showrooms, I can't resist the urge to ponder when I'll have the option to get my hands on the following M3. Tragically, that won't come until 1 year from now at the soonest, yet meanwhile, BMW has revealed a more sweltering adaptation of its new 3 arrangement for 2020, the M340i. With more power, more hone dealing within a somewhat progressively forceful look. Can this M-light vehicle hold me over until that new M3 lands? While the base 330i packs a 2.0-liter turbo 4 with 255 drive, the M340i utilizes a 3.0-liter turbocharged i6 siphoning out 383 strength and 369 pound-feet of torque. The last is accessible all through a huge segment of the rev extend, somewhere in the range of 1,600 and 4,500 revolutions per minute. Disappointingly, BMW isn't offering a manual transmission in the new 3 Series, however a time-tested Z4 state-speed program is accountable for directing capacity to the wheels, and it makes a phenomenal showing. As per BMW, the M340i is useful for 4.4-second dashes to 60 miles for every hour, coordinating the Audi S4 and simply pushing out the 4.5-second endeavors of the Genesis G70 3.3T and Mercedes-AMG C43. With how hard the M340i pulls off the line in its Sport Plus setting, the cited number doesn't appear to be unrealistic, either. Push is solid all through the rev band and the gearbox conveys well-planned and lively machine gearpiece swaps. For an all the more captivating driving knowledge, utilize the manual move alternative with its controlling wheel-mounted doors. The do it without anyone else's help experience is responsive, the transmission rev matches for downshifts, and it's everything joined by a near-satisfying, snapping exhaust soundtrack. When you're not flagellating it hard, the M340i is evaluated to restore an EPA-assessed 22 miles for each gallon in the city and 30 miles per gallon on the parkway. To thump taking care of up a score, the M340i enhances the standard 3 Series establishment with a needed suspension. This vehicle gets firmer springs, thicker enemy of move bars, a lower ride tallness, more wheel camber, and 19-inch wheels wrapped with Michelin Pilot Sport 4S elastic. Toss in a standard torque vectoring back differential, just as the discretionary versatile dampers introduced on my analyzer, and you have a staggeringly enthusiastic games car. Game Plus takes care of the dampers and guiding, bringing about fresh turn-in with a decent measure of criticism through the wheel. There's all that could possibly be needed. Hold for excited goes around turnpike exchanging clients and twisty byways. While I'm dazzled with how the new Genesis G70 drives, the most recent 3 Series convincingly sets its spot on the extravagant sports car store the extent that elements are concerned. Fortunately, incredible taking care of doesn't mean the M340i settles on ride quality. Choosing comfort mode mellow the stuns and loosens up guiding for a superbly pleasant and consistent ride around town. Greater knocks still make themselves known inside the lodge, however regular street blemishes are consumed without issue. To outwardly separate itself from the 330i, the M340i gets some light visual changes. You'll see the bigger air dams, and dim accents on the grille and compass, mirrors tops and back balance. In addition, the vehicle rides on clever split-spoke, explicit wheels, which help commute home the sportier look. Inside, the M340i gets steady game seats, a thick rim calfskin directing haggle trim. The format is perfect, the materials are of satisfactory yet not extraordinary quality, and there's adequate space for travelers in both the front and back. The lodge is fine, however generally speaking, the M340i's appearance and quality feel like a large portion of a stage behind the Audi S4 and Mercedes C43. There's very little to gripe about the tech front, however. BMW's iDrive 7 unit supervises infotainment capacities by means of a 10.2-inch touchscreen and focus support-mounted controller. Both control alternatives are natural and responsive, effectively dealing with the installed route. 16-speaker Harman Kardon Encompass sound arrangement, Bluetooth and Apple CarPlay. In case you're an Android client wanting to find out about BMW at last grasping Android Auto, I'm sorry to learn today isn't that day. One thing not failing in the M340i is immeasurably significant power sources to charge telephones and other brilliant gadgets. Travelers in front approach a remote charge cushion, one USB in and USB-C port, and a 12-volt outlet. In back there's another pair of USB-C outlets and a 12-volt mounted on the back of the middle support. For well-being reasons, forward impact cautioning with programmed crisis braking comes standard on all M340is. Other dynamic security highlights, for example, versatile journey control, vulnerable side observing and path takeoff cautioning with a forceful dynamic path keep help capacity are accessible as alternatives. Similarly as with numerous German extravagance vehicles, the M340i can get expensive in a rush in the event that you go excessively insane. For example, my very well-prepared analyzer wears a $67,070 sticker price, including $995 goal. That is a generous jump over its $54,000 base cost. For my manufacturer, I'll start with the back-wheel drive M340i and forego the accessible $2,000 X-Drive all-wheel drive equipment. I will pay $550 for a Portimao blue metallic paintwork simply like the vehicle imagined here, and $700 for the versatile suspension to have a more extensive dealing with range. To make it winter prepared, I'll include the $1,400 premium package for a warm guiding haggle seats, just as the $300 remote motor turnover. Extra $875 for the Harman Kardon sound framework and $500 for a Wi-Fi hotspot and remote charge cushion, and that brings my in a perfect world spec vehicle to $59,320. While the 2020 BMW M340i is anything but a pure-breed M model, it speaks to a serious enormous advance up from the base 330i. It's a gigantically engaging vehicle that will make them take the long route home from work, and can be wonderful for smooth drives on block streets. The capacity to fill the role of skilled hard charger and agreeable cruiser make it the sweet spot sports car. On the off chance that your arrangements call for successive support in autocrosses and track days, at that point sitting tight for the following M3 might be a smart thought. In any case, if it's generally excited road drives and day-by-day trudges, all the 3 Series you reasonably need is at a bargain at your nearby BMW vendor.